of the happiest place on earth, where any discount that they offer is just a little joke, and you have to get a bank loan for a churro and a coke. Mickey's got a strong pimp hand at Disneyland.
Hello, little monkey. Hello, little monkey. Hello, little monkey. Hello, little monkey.
With the geek by your side, even if your butt is wide, you can roll with the ride through the red fair. With the geek, you'll be fine. You can look like Frankenstein, who will not decline. You're the answer to his prayer. These geeks don't care. I wanna rock, but that means being inclusive of people and the cultures without appropriating them. I wanna rock, but that means being conducive to a balanced life of work and play and avoiding all loose. And I wanna rock. 'Cause I got boots and a hoo-hoo with nothing really better to do than me. With a magic wand from Hitachi, my friends would often ask me why my clothes are all askew. And I'd be digging in my pockets like I was a kangaroo. 'Cause nature will have blessed me with a man in a canoe. I've got boobs and a hoo-hoo. I got boobs and a hoo-hoo.
Miss Garcia, the vaguely slutty Spanish teacher. What young man could learn how to roll his R's when his pants look like he's hiding cigars? The only phrase in his mind is estoy cachando, which is Spanish for I'm super horny. Visions of hot dogs wrapped in tortillas was a legend of Miss Garcia.
Super Danny's only super when he's blackout drunk. He can stop a robbery just by blowing chunks. When you see the damn signal of a bottle of Jack in the sky, let you know you can rely on Super Dan. Oh, you can bet that he will show. Oh, 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 if he's face down in a Merlot. Put on some sweatpants. It's a sweatpants and fuzzy slippers. Put on some sweatpants. I said they still fit tight and your butt still looks nice, but you won't have to walk like you're walking on ice. Sweatpants. Kitties and boobs. 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 I'm gonna get me designer babies, the kind that don't eat, don't cry, don't shit. I'm gonna get me designer babies, no butthole, butthole, butthole. I'm gonna get me designer babies, the kind that don't eat, don't cry, don't shit. I'm gonna get me designer babies, no butthole, butthole, butthole.
Wooey gang, here we go. It's Thursday. Word salad. I'm Phil Johnson. Ding, da, ding, ding, ding. You know the drill. Here we are. Nice to be here. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me tonight. It is already 1,000 degrees in this studio, and I've only been in here for about half an hour, warming up a little bit and getting things all prepared for tonight's show. It was 100 degrees here in San Jose today, so it's a little bit warm in here. My laptop is extremely warm. I'm really, if the show suddenly ends, it's because my laptop shut down. It's very, very warm. So hopefully we're going to make it through here. It's we got that heat wave. It's a heat wave. Heat wave. Right? We'll do some Motown tonight. Why not? It's nice to be here. I got lots of stories for you and updates and all sorts of stuff going on. But we're going to start with a song. How about we just get into a song while everybody's showing up here? And then we'll do the origin story like we do. And by the way, I figured out the video echo problem today. So hopefully that won't happen tonight. I'll tell you more about that. But let's just get into it. Let's have a song before we get too deep in the weeds here. I have not sung very much in the last 2 weeks, something like that. Because as I didn't do any performing, I didn't do any music while I was performing in Vegas. That was all stand up. So my voice is not in singing shape. So we're gonna start with the blues. This one's called "Here Comes My Baby." Let's try it again. Don't look now, here comes my baby. Really don't look now, she'll turn you to stone. Her name's Medusa, but I call her Sugar Bear. Her name's Medusa, yeah, she got a bunch of snakes for hair. I met her in a coffee shop, I had a mocha latte. She had a bowl of scorpions and I said, ooh, sassy. She had her sunglasses on and her snakes tied back in a pretty little Hello Kitty hair barrette that made her sexy green skin look like a rotten orange. That's hot. Her name's Medusa, a sweet little honey bun. Her name's Medusa, we watch Clash of the Titans reruns. I took her to meeting Mom and Dad around Christmas time. I said they're open-minded, baby, it'll be just fine. My mama opened the door to my childhood home, and then she very, very promptly turned to stone. I knew my mama was such a freaking racist. Damn! Her name's Medusa, a sweet little rock and roller. Her name's Medusa, yeah, her favorite cheese is Gorgonzola. I said, let me see your eyes. She said, I can't, I'll make you hard. I said, damn straight, baby. She said, that's not what I'm talking about, jackass. Her name's Medusa, a sweet little huggy bear. I can't stare at her eyes, I want to stare at her derriere. All right, there we go. I gotta switch over to the comments. What's up? Sophie's here. Sophie, stick around. I got a song for you later. Donna Jackson's here. What's up? Lisa Sutherland's here. Hey, Lisa. Lisa said, only 100 degrees. It was hotter in Arizona. Yep, I don't doubt it at all, Lisa. Having spent the last week in Vegas where it was crawling up to 105, 106. Yep, I get it. Cool. Oh, Donna's like, oh, it's only 77 here in Maryland. Good for you, Donna. Nice. That's actually very surprising, Donna. I'm glad you're more comfortable down there. Hey, Brittany's here. What's up, Brittany? All right. So let's dig into the origin story as we do on here. We always have a few new folks tuning in, so I want to make sure that they've got the lowdown on who I am and what I do, and kind of where I come from all here. So we're going to do the origin story first, and then we're going to get into some other news and stories and all sorts of good stuff. So I got to go back to my panels thing here. So here's the scoop. I started playing music when I was 8. I started playing the flute because my mom told me girls like musicians, and if I played the flute, I would be the only boy in the flute section, and I was all the way through college. Never dated another flautist. Did meet my best friend Dave in the clarinet section, though, in high school. And so when I flute, piano, I picked up guitar when I was 16. Why? Stole my dad's guitar. It was an old Harmony FL. The action, the strings were about that far away from the neck. It was very difficult to play, but I wish I still had it. And from there, I started playing in bands. My band Roadside Attraction formed in 1993, I think it was. There's a whole other story behind how that came together, and has been through loads and loads of people over the years. But where we want to get to is 2004. In 2004, I had recently split up with some of my bandmates, and it was unfortunate, but I was sitting in my studio writing whatever songs came out of my head. I had an old 4-track, and I was just throwing down ideas, and some of them were funny ideas that the old guys never wanted to do because they were very serious guys. And I ended up reforming the band around me. But at the time, I had a mentor. This guy right here, his name is Tim Sweeney. And Tim is known as the godfather of independent music. So we're talking, this is the late 90s, early 2000s where this is happening. And Tim would throw these big conventions in, it was Las Vegas a lot of times, somewhere else. And so we'd go to Las Vegas, be a whole bunch of independent musicians, and we would learn how to be business people, essentially, without having to rely on a major label. So one night, we're all sitting around a hotel pool in Las Vegas playing songs for one another, and I played everybody a song called Whale Blubber. And Whale Blubber is a love song. It was one of my goofy songs that the other guys never wanted to do, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just goofing around. I want to do something different. The next morning, everybody was like, hey, we can't get that dumb Whale Blubber song out of our head. You should lean into that funny thing. And I was like, no. Serious songwriter. That's me. That's B-side stuff. Tim also thought I should lean into the funny thing. He said, also, I want you to go solo. And so I made a deal with Tim. I said, I'm going to play half solo gigs and half band gigs. And about a year later, I was playing 80% solo gigs and 20% band gigs, just because solo gigs are so much easier to say yes to, because I can just show up and play, even if it's, last minute at a coffee shop or whatever it is. And so Tim and his crew of people, the people that I was around, they really kind of pushed me into this being a singer, which I didn't want to do. I only wanted to be the guitar player in a rock band. That was the goal. They pushed me into being a singer. They pushed me into leaning into the comedy part of what I do. And part of that was this lady right here, Groovy Judy. Judy is a fantastic musician. If you like your music, a 60s flavored with a little bit of Hendrixy guitar playing in there, Judy's your lady for that. Judy found a comedy music show happening in San Francisco at a place called the Hyena Theater. Theater is a big word for a place in an office building with a few folding chairs, but that's what they called it. And she said, hey, you should try and get on this show. I sent them my couple little goofy songs I was playing. They put me on the show, and it was fun. But the big part of that was this lady right here, who was the MC of that show. This is Lynn Ruth Miller. And Lynn Ruth was, at the time, 72 years old and just starting her own comedy career. She became very successful before she passed away a couple years ago. At the age of 85 or 86, I think it was, she was touring Europe, doing the whole thing. Lynn Ruth saw my act that night as the MC, and she said, hey, I need a guitar player for my show. Do you want to do it? And I said, what are we doing? And she said, well, I'm going to throw lingerie at the audience while you play Anarchy in the UK by the Sex Pistols. I couldn't say no to that. I needed to do that. It sounded like fun. So Lynn Ruth started taking me around to all the local comedy venues here in the San Francisco Bay Area, and we would do her act, throwing lingerie at the audience, Anarchy in the UK, the whole thing. And then she would start telling the producers of those shows, hey, he's got some material. Why don't you give him some time? So they would start offering me 7-minute sets, 10-minute sets to play my couple little goofy songs here, which was a very large contrast to the 4-hour bar gigs I was doing with the band, to go up for just 7 minutes and realize how long 7 minutes is on a comedy stage when it's not going well. And so from there, I started to get a guitar comic flack real quick. Guitar comic in the comedy community is a pejorative. It is not appreciated, even though that's what we are. So some traditionalist comics think of it as cheating somehow, that I get it to use the guitar. So I decided if I'm going to be part of this community, I should learn the skills to be here. And so I started learning how to do stand-up. I read some books. They didn't really come to much of anything. But mostly what I did is I started watching stand-up with a critical eye. I always enjoyed it. I watched it since I was a kid, and I just never thought I'd be doing it. And so I started watching it differently, making notes. Why was that funny? How did that joke work? I would even transcribe whole specials from people as diverse as, say, Jim Gaffigan and Stuart Lee. Very, very different types of comics. And I would transcribe their whole comedy specials so that I could see what a good joke looks like on the page. And I just started going up and doing my jokes and bombing, and going back and rewriting and going up and doing jokes and bombing, writing more and going up and doing jokes and bombing. And eventually you start bombing less. I did my first road gigs in 2006, I think. Lynn Ruth took me to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in Scotland in 2005, which was amazing. And since then, I have been touring the country, bringing the laughs and bringing the songs to everybody. And it is a super weird way to make a living, but it is absolutely enjoyable 90% of the time. And it's a great way to make a life for myself. And so I can't do that without you. So I appreciate you if you're hanging out with me tonight, if you listen to songs, if you've seen a show. If you've watched my my Burning Sensation special on YouTube, whatever you've done, if you're just part of Team Philagelos, I appreciate you so much. So that's the origin story. We got that out of the way. I gotta come back and look at the comments. Sorry. Hi, Kara. What's up? Jason's here. Sheila's here. Sheila. Let's hear it for Sheila. Sheila, have you had your surgery yet? I hope that goes well. I think you said it was maybe later this week or next week, something like that. Sheila's having a big surgery, so throw out the good thoughts there for Sheila, and we'll make sure she has a good time. Not a good time, but a good recovery from that surgery. All right, and then I want to shout out. We got. Let's see, what are we gonna do here? I feel like I am on the wrong. I'm totally on the wrong page here for my notes. Give me 1 second. Let me find my correct notes here. This is the one, right? No? This is the one. Where did I make all my notes? There we go. Okay, I was on the wrong page. I got to sort my notes here and do a little better job of that. So I want to throw some shout outs to our new Facebook community members. Tanya Faye Woodall-Sadnick, Leanne McNerney Lale, Bill Hogg. Bill, thank you for having a short, easy name. Susan Stipa. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong, Susan. But welcome to them. We've got, I know, I've been talking about new stuff that's coming very soon, and we're still working. We're the 9th. Okay, Sheila, you got it. So I'm working out some just last little bits of stuff. I had a whole bunch of like software things like really fall apart over the last couple of weeks. So I'm a little bit behind schedule on things I should be better on schedule for. But anyway, we'll talk more about that as we go. Anyway, welcome to those new Facebook members. I appreciate you being here. Kara's birthday is tomorrow. Kara, maybe I should sing your favorite song for you later, huh? How about that? Quick update on the Christmas single. I have been working on a Christmas single for this year. The bad news is there's no way in hell I'm going to have it ready in time. I looked at the schedule, and I would need to have it done, mastered, cover art, everything ready to go by next Friday, and there's just no way that's going to happen. So, I apologize for that. It has been a wild couple of weeks around here in the office. What the good news is that I am now a year ahead of schedule for next year's Christmas single, right? Look on the bright side of things. That's it. So I am going to continue working on that. I will have it done well before next Christmas. And I'm going to start working on something else to get out in probably January or February, hopefully. So we'll have some new music very, very soon. And I'm sorry I can't get that out, but I was like, oh, there's no way it's going to happen by next Friday, especially because I'm leaving town again on Thursday. So just not going to happen. Joel's here. What's up, Joel? How have the competitions been going for you? Well, it was good. Should I just leave it there? I'm going to tell you more stories about it later on in the show. But long story short, I did the World Series of Comedy in Las Vegas last week. It was my 13th, I think, World Series of Comedy. And this time I came in 4th. Now, I'm not supposed to officially know that I came in 4th. Officially, I came in top 6, but I'm pretty sure I came in 4th. Not quite hitting that top 3 that I wanted, but last year I didn't even make the top 6. I was just edged out of that. So it was nice to get that far last week. And I'll tell you some Las Vegas stories after that. But what it does mean is that I'm going to be coming to a lot of new towns around the country over the next year or two because of the contacts that I made during the festival. So look out for me in a town near you soon. Speaking of shows, here's what's coming up. The show tomorrow night at Three Steve's Winery in Livermore, California has been postponed. I would like to tell you that there's some good reason why it's been postponed. It's too hot out. No. Weather of some sort? No. Low ticket sales? Absolutely not. The guy forgot he booked me. Yeah, how do you like that? This is the second time this guy has done this to me. I realized I hadn't heard from him in the last couple of weeks, and so I thought I'd better check. And he has Gina Stahlhaven headlining that show tomorrow night. Gina is a wonderful, fantastically wonderful comic. So if you are in Livermore area, go see Gina at Three Steve's Winery tomorrow night. She's been having a ton of health problems, and she is coming back strong, and I'm so happy for her. But that means I will not be there. So we've postponed that to November or December, I think. So that'll be coming up. So here's what's on tap. Saturday, this Saturday, October the 5th, is the Santa Cruz Comedy Festival, and you can see me in 2 shows on Saturday. I will be at Streetlight Records at 4:30 in the afternoon for a musical comedy show, and then you can see me at 9:30 in the evening at Woodhouse Brewery for a stand-up show. On Friday, October the 18th, I'll be at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, doing a guest set, so real short, like 5, 8, 10 minutes, a guest set with Chad Daniels. If you haven't seen Chad Daniels yet, absolutely, 100%. Go see Chad Daniels. He's one of my favorite comics, and I'm so excited I'm going to get to share a stage with him for a few minutes there. Saturday, October the 19th, I'll be at the Fort Wayne Comedy Club in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I don't have a ton of people in there, in that area, so if you're there, bring some friends. We're going to pack that place out and do it up. And then tentatively, Thursday, October the 24th, I'll be at the Laugh Factory in Chicago, Illinois, waiting to get confirmation on that. And then Friday and Saturday, October 25th and 26th, I will be at the Funny Farm in Niles, Ohio. That's a headline show. Fort Wayne Comedy Club is headline shows. Laugh Factory will be a showcase set. Festivals, those are showcase sets. Friday, November 1st, I'll be at Barrel Proof Lounge in Santa Rosa, California, headlining that. And then Saturday, November the 2nd, I'll be at 11th Hour Coffee in Santa Cruz, California. That's always a fun show. I don't know what spot I'm in for that one. Eureka, Medford, Bend, Campbell, Tacoma, Boca Raton, all coming up in the next couple of months. So come on out if you're in any of those areas. Dana, yes, I will. Welcome, Dana. Thanks for coming. I will hopefully be getting to Minneapolis again soon. The clubs there are pretty hard to crack, so I'm trying to find some other rooms that I might be able to get into in the peripheral area of Minneapolis, but I would love to get to Minneapolis again. Okay, so I want to do this. I want to show you a little stand-up clip that I tried to show you last time that didn't work because we had all sorts of echo, and I figured out how to get rid of the echo. And the way that I figured that out is that I have to turn my microphone off while the video is playing, okay? So now you know, I know, we both know, if there's an echo in the video, it's because my mic is on. You can just shout at me, hey, turn your mic off, dum-dum. Okay, so I'm going to show you a clip here. This is my World Series of Comedy set from the Tacoma Comedy Club a few months ago. And I won first place at the Tacoma Satellite, so it's a good set, and I hope you enjoy it. And here we go. Mic off.
All the way from Milpitas, California. Put your hands together for Phil Johnson.
Hey, everybody. Finally, another girl on the show. Let's do this, you guys. Here we go. It's so nice to be here. You guys seem like a fun group of people. It's great. I've been trying to lose a few pounds because somebody called me ma'am while I was facing them. Okay, some of you are laughing. Some of you are like, we support you on your journey. I get it. I get it. That's cool. That's great. But I am a he, him, and apparently that day, showing too much cleavage. So I started exercising, and the experts say you're supposed to change up your workout routines every so often so your muscles don't get too used to what you're doing. They call it muscle confusion. So what I do is on Monday, I lift weights, and then I do it again 6 months later. My muscles are hella confused. They are like Post Malone in a bookstore confused, all right? They don't know. And I feel good after I exercise. But you know what makes me feel just as good in less time? Cake. Cake is awesome. You ever eat so much cake your heart starts beating fast? That's cardio in my book. Thank you, Red Velvet. We've hit our target heart rate for today. We are good. So I started using this food diary app where you keep track of what you're eating. And the problem is it asks for all the measurements in grams. And I'm like, ooh, Americans, not good with the metric system. Grams are drugs, liters are soda. We are lost after that. We got nothing. Your friend's like, hey, I ran a 5K. Cool, how far is that? I don't know. I was talking about this one night, and the guy in the audience went, metric is un-American. I said, you're right, sir. There's nothing more American than using the British imperial system. And so this app shows you exercise routines, too, which is good. With the picture, you can't always tell just by the name, how to do the exercise. Like it said decline crunches. And I was like, I decline crunches all the time. A lot of support over here. My girlfriend and I started going biking for exercise, and when she rides a bike, she looks like she's exercising. I look like I don't own a car. Like somehow she's losing weight and I'm losing respect. I don't know. People are driving by me, raise the minimum wage. I'm like, not on my way to work, man. Got a better job than that, doing all right for myself, actually. And I am doing all right. It's been a good life. I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, a lot of different kinds of people. Yeah, we get to learn about each other's lives and cultures, which is great. Like, I'm beginning to understand just a small part of the African American experience in this country, because white people always want to touch my hair too. And if you are a white people and did not understand that joke, you've not been around enough black people. All right? That's all it is. That's all it is. Go make a friend. Even my own household is multicultural. My girlfriend is Asian because I'm white. And we know the law. And she is... She's Chinese, but the Singaporean kind, not the communist kind. You know, she doesn't make shoes or iPhones or dinner, for that matter. But being Singaporean, she loves spicy food. Loves it. Not really my thing. I like my food like I like my women. Safe to eat without a burning sensation. But she loves to watch me eat spicy food. She laughs in my face. I said, why do you laugh when this Chinese food is causing me pain? She said, railroads. Yeah, that one hurts a little bit, white people, doesn't it? Yeah. Apparently revenge is a dish best served spicy. It's not all bad, though. Science has shown that spicy food creates the same chemical reaction in your brain as sex. And that checks out. Because after both of them, you're like, well, I'm sweaty, lightheaded, and my asshole hurts. It must be over. We don't have any kids, probably because of that last joke. And but that means that I can never grow up to be one of these old guy comics. Talk about old kids these days. Like back in my day, rappers died of gunshots, not peanut allergies. Like I can't be that guy. Because I don't want the attendants in whatever old folks' home I end up in later coming in like, hey, remember that bit you used to do about how the younger generation sucks? It's very funny. Here's some of your pills. No. Because there's always been generational conflict. You know, we hear a lot about the baby boomers complaining about whatever. Think about their parents back in the 1950s going, the kids these days with their sock cops and their polio vaccines. When we had polio, we walked it off. But then you think about their parents in the 1930s going, the kids these days with their monster movies and their tampons. When we were young, we faced our own demons and rode a more absorbent horse. All right, you guys laughed too long. I got to go. Thank you so much. My name's Phil Johnson. Y'all have a good night. All right, and there we are. That's the set from Tacoma that won me first place in that round. And I'm glad we got the video thing figured out. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. So now I know how to make that happen. And good to know for future use. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back at that club to headline a full weekend in the first weekend of January. That's at the Tacoma Comedy Club in Tacoma, Washington. So if you're in the area, come on out and see the full show. That last joke, a more absorbent horse, is the one that everybody asks me about. Thanks, Kara. More absorbent horse. That's the one. That's one of the jokes that people come out quoting to me after the show. In fact, my friend DJ Santu, who, if you've never seen DJ perform, fantastically funny comic. He tours all over the country as well. The first time he heard that joke, he just came back into the green room and went, "What the fuck?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "A more absorbent horse." So anyway, that joke was not, I don't know. I did not write that joke. I was writing that bit, and that joke just appeared in my head, and even I went, "Huh, we're gonna do that, huh? Okay." And it made me laugh, and it seems to have worked for everybody as well. So I had to actually cut another 30, 45 seconds worth of material that I had ready for that set because the laughs were too long. That's a good problem to have. And that happened at a few shows during the competition last week where I had to cut material. There was also one where I ended up going short. And so let me back up in the comments a little bit here. Sheila, yeah, Sheila, no worries. I'll be back out there again. You have a bigger things to worry about than my shows. Jason said, busy all weekend with Special Olympics Northern California stuff this weekend. Awesome, man. Bike the Bridges ride, Brewfest Saturday in Martinez, Sunday bowling tournament in Dublin. Awesome, man. Love Special Olympics. They do such great work. I'm glad you're involved with them. That's fun stuff. I don't know if you've ever heard my winter Special Olympics bit. It is the one that has made me more money than anything. So you can find that on YouTube if you'd like to hear. It's about the U.S. blind skiing team. Which I did send the joke to them, and they all thought it was funny, so it's okay to laugh at it. Okay, so here's what we're doing. If you are watching this on YouTube or Twitch, then I would love for you to be able to see the full-length version of this live stream. We're going to be turning off those channels to go into some team stuff where we're going to tell some stories and things like that. So if you are not yet on Team Philagelos, you can do that very easily by where is it? By clicking this QR code right there. That's the one. If you hit that QR code right there, you can join Team Philagelos for free. You can see the full-length version of this, the longer version of this live stream. Plus, we've got a new community coming together pretty quickly that everybody's going to jump into, and special behind-the-scenes, early access, all that kind of good stuff. Special merch that's only for team members. All really fun stuff. So you can click that right there and join the team if you have not done that yet. All right. Man, it's hot in here. I realized I had my fan running earlier, and I didn't know if that was blowing into the mic. So now I've turned the fan off. I also realized I didn't turn on my pretty lights tonight, which was, I had my usual spotlights behind me. Totally spaced on that. There's a ceiling fan still running. Fortunately, that's quiet, so I've got a little bit of a breeze on me. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to exit the public pages on Twitch. And I think we're just turning off Twitch right now. So if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that QR code so that you can join the team. And otherwise, I will see you next week, Twitch. Everybody else, hang in. Okay, there we go. I don't know if anybody was watching on Twitch or not, but now they are no longer watching. So this is the official word salad portion of the show here. Okay. So let's tell some stories about Vegas. It was an interesting week, as Vegas always is. I did 4 shows, during the week, and, they were, so I had the round 2, which was my first round. And then I had, let's see. Okay. So I had the round 2, which was on Tuesday. I took second place in that one. The first place winner was Asia Chardonnay, who is from Los Angeles, I believe. She took first. I took second. And then we moved into the quarterfinals, which was on Friday. Friday? Yes, Friday. And here's what happened there. I came in 4th on that one. They were only taking the top 3. So technically, I missed out. I was already out in the quarterfinals. But the third place guy couldn't stay. We had a few of these happen. There were some heavy hitters who either had to bow out early for other things. Max Machinen had to go to a wedding. Some people had gigs already booked and things like that. So there were a few heavy hitters who couldn't stay. Anyway, third place, Rob Coleman from Cleveland was not able to stay. And so I, just a few points behind him, got bumped up to third place for the quarterfinals. Yay! That means I made the top 6. Fantastic. So that night, Friday night, the top 6 finalists from World Series of Comedy all go to the South Point Casino, which is way at the other end of this. We were at the Stratosphere, which is on the far trashy end of the Strip before you hit downtown. We went all the way to past the other end of the Strip, out to where it starts to get deserty, to the South Point Casino, where every Friday night there is the Dirty at 12:30 show, and all 6 of us were able to do sets on that. It's one of the best shows in Las Vegas. If you ever have an opportunity to go to the Dirty at 12:30, it's super fun. There's an audience of 300 or 400 people. They get the best comics in town because it's so late at night. Everybody's already finished their shows, and so Gabe, the guy that runs it, he is able to get any headliners that are in town to come by, do a set. So the people that you might see at say Brad Garrett's comedy club at the MGM, or who you might see at the Comedy Cellar, which I don't remember where the Comedy Cellar is, the West something or other, or any of the comedy clubs in town. A lot of those headliners go over and do Dirty at 12:30 after on that Friday night. So it's super fun. And we all got to go do sets on that. So we didn't finish that show until 2 a.m. I got a couple hours sleep. I had to get up and teach at 8:30 that morning for 3 hours. So I taught lessons from 8:30 to 11:30. I took a quick nap, and then I had to rehearse for the semifinals and the finals, which are one after another. So the semifinals were at 4 p.m. The finals were at 6 p.m. So there was no time to rehearse in between. I had to make sure I had both sets ready to go. So we do the 4 p.m. semifinal set. 6 comics, top 3 move on to the finals. I came in 4th. Yeah, bummer. From what I hear, I'm not officially supposed to know that, but from what I hear, I came in 4th, and it was a pretty close 4th. And it was there was no way somebody was going to bail out, 20 minutes away from showtime, and that was I'm spacing on their names now. So Cody Woods got into the finals. Michael Choseka from Cleveland got into the finals, and Dietrich, I'm spacing on Dietrich's last name, from Phoenix, he got into the finals as well, and that's how it came down. Cody Woods took first, Michael Chiselka took second, and Dietrich, I can't remember his name, Dietrich took third. All very, very funny guys, especially Cody worked his ass off to be there. Cody did 16 shows last week, all in Vegas, to get there, and so monsters, all monsters. So I'm very, very happy for them. Dietrich, strangely, also got in from his round because somebody fell out. He was a 4th place guy from the quarterfinals as well. So he managed to get in. Overall, it was very, very fun. And bummer I didn't make the top 3, but there's always next year for my 14th try at it. When I first started doing it, I was like in what they call the wild card rounds, which is the people that kind of squeaked into the festival because your demo tape was whatever. And I've steadily worked my way up over the years. So anyway, as I was walking around Vegas, first of all, we were at the far end of the Strip, down by like Circus, the New Sahara, the New Sahara is actually very nice, but that area is mostly tourists and crackheads. And it seems like a lot more crackheads than tourists. We were at the Stratosphere. That is a trashy end of the Strip. Joel asking if I was teaching. Yeah, I was teaching guitar lessons. I don't teach comedy, Joel. I have, in a very casual way, done some comedy teaching, but it still feels like a mystery to me sometimes, so I don't teach comedy. Oops. Oh, wow. And Joel, you can ignore that DM. That's an automated thing I've got set up that I didn't know was going to do that. I'll have to look at that. Okay. Sophie asked a good question. Do the votes in the World Series of Comedy, because a lot of you were watching the live streams and voting, and I super appreciate that. I really, really do. Do the votes from the audience count as much as the other pros votes? Yeah, so we do have a panel of judges there that are all industry. They're all bookers from comedy clubs around the country, managers, agents, people like that. And so there is a little bit more weighting on their votes, but it's like 60-40 or something like that. So the audience votes still count quite a bit, and I appreciate you. If you were watching and voting for me, that means the world to me. And yes, I did get a cut of the action for the live stream donations that you said, so I made a little money there too. I appreciate that. One thing I noticed walking around Las Vegas, My dad was with me. My dad got the Volunteer of the Year award, which was super awesome. He's been going to this festival with me since it started in 2010. And my dad and I both work on the staff every year just because I like to. I'm there. Keeps me in the industry faces while I'm there. And so my dad's job is to light the comics. Now, if you're not familiar with what that is, the tradition, which is kind of dumb in the comedy community, is that when you have 1 or 2 minutes, we agree on it before the show. Like, let's say we're going to get a 1 minute light. 1 minute before your time is up, somebody from the back of the room will flash a red light at you. And it's dumb. I don't know why we don't have a clock on stage. Some places do, and it's so much easier. But that's my dad's job at the festival. Is he's the 1 minute red light guy. And so he has been timing comedy sets since 2010. And he got the Volunteer of the Year award. So I didn't take home a trophy, but my dad did. And if you'd like to see the pictures of that, you can go drop in on the Team Philagello's Facebook community, and I posted them there. So super cool that he got that. It was nice to see him get honored for all of his hard work, because it is hard work to watch 150 comedy sets in 1 week and stay focused on making sure that the timing is right. So anyway, while we're walking around Vegas, and you see people that are just dressed bizarrely, and I was reminded of this Eddie Izzard bit that is from his Definite Article album, and he talks about there's a circle of fashion, right? It circles around, and you've got like, moderate, just looking whatever, casual, and then you go around the circle and you're starting to get fashionable, more fashionable, really fashionable, hip and groovy, looking like a dickhead. That's actually where the joke starts. I've messed up the joke because I'm not Eddie Izzard. And so anyway, starts out with you look like a dickhead, and eventually you circle all the way around to looking like a dickhead again. And boy, was Vegas full of that. Just dudes in pimp hats and leopard print coats. I'm like, what are you doing, man? I don't know what they think that's going to do for them. But yeah, there's a lot of people dressed in very stupid ways in Las Vegas. We were at the Stratosphere, and the Stratosphere has the thing where you can like bungee jump off the top of the building. And last year when we were there, we had a room on the side where that happened. So, every 20 minutes we would just see just people like flying past our window, which was very strange. And hang on, I got to let somebody into the group here. 1 second. Not sure about that person. Okay, I gotta vet them a little harder. So by the way, I do vet the people that come into the group, so we keep the weirdos out. And so we didn't, they must have had that closed this year, because we did not see people falling past our window every 20 minutes, which was kind of interesting. The other thing with being at that end of the strip is there's no good food. We did find a Venezuelan arepas place that was quite good. Other than that, it was Denny's, IHOP, a decent taqueria, and the McDonald's in the casino. Or the overpriced Asian food place. But, the restaurants are overpriced. Even their like diner was overpriced. I don't want to pay $18 for a salad. It's ridiculous. So we did not eat good. I managed to only eat McDonald's, I think, 5 times through the entire week, which is still too much McDonald's. But here, I'm actually going back to Vegas next week. My girlfriend and I are taking an actual vacation there, only because we have a timeshare. We had to use some points. That was the place we could get into on kind of short notice. So we're going to be back in Vegas next weekend, mostly eating. My girlfriend has been watching buffet review videos on YouTube for the last 3 weeks. So she is ready to go, and we are going to be eating our way through Vegas next week, and I will be considerably fatter when I come back. All right. Let's see. Joel said there was a club that waved candles, one at 5 minutes and 2 for wrap up. Candles. That's interesting. Okay. I've never heard of that. I just wish we would use a clock on stage. It makes so much more sense. Just put a clock, like Looney's in Colorado Springs just has a clock. The San Jose Improv, here where I live, just has a clock. It's so much easier than trying to time yourself out. But that is a skill in the competition. That's part of it, is how close can you come to your time, There was one where I went short. I was supposed to do 9 minutes, and I almost scraped in at 8 because I hadn't planned. The laughs weren't quite as long as I was expecting, and so it was either that or fill time, and I decided to get off on the strong foot anyway. But it worked out fine. I still made it through that round. Anyway, Brittany says that was super cool seeing your dad getting the trophy. Yeah, my dad is a super cool dude. He turned 82 this year, and he is spry as can be. Let's see. Dana said, I'm here. You didn't keep all the weirdos out. I know, Dana. Sophie said, long ago, I was super impressed by the gigantic buffet. I forgot I can put these on the screen. Sophie said, super impressed by the gigantic buffet at the Rio. Yeah, I think we're going to I forgot now. The Wynn. The Wynn is the one she wants to go to. I'm not super in favor of that because Steve Wynn, who owns that casino, I don't know. He may have been bought out now that I think about it. Anyway, I don't want to put money in Steve Wynn's pocket because he's a right-wing dipshit. And so I'm not super excited about going there. We're also going to go to Resorts World because she wants to try all the Asian food there. I'm just following along on this trip. It's not about me. And Lisa said, I like only 5 times in a week. for McDonald's. Yeah, that's too much McDonald's. I tend to eat McDonald's a lot on the road for whatever reason. They're just there and it's convenient and whatever, but man, I get sick of it. I really, really do. And Brittany said, wow, 82. He barely looks 70. I know. Good genes. Lucky me. I know. Nobody knows how old I am either. Yeah, my dad's in great shape. My dad at one time, this was a few years ago, but somebody called their house and it was one of these like old people companies, where they're trying to offer some sort of insurance or, I've fallen and I can't get up button or whatever it is. And they called and they said, can we speak to Jerry? That's my dad. Can we speak to Jerry? And my mom was like, oh, he's on the roof. I'll have to get him. And they were like, never mind. My dad has been through a lot, and he does look and act fantastic for his age. Joel said, did you get a chance to see Carrot Top? He seems like a cool guy. I met Carrot Top years ago, actually at a World Series of Comedy, and he is absolutely a cool, down-to-earth dude. Love Carrot Top. I haven't seen his show in years. I've never seen his Vegas show. I used to go see Carrot Top when he was doing like the county fair circuit. Hilarious. I mean, just like seriously falling out of your chair funny. Absolutely one of the best out there. I saw the video of his Vegas show. I don't know if it's the same, but I actually haven't seen his Vegas show. We're going to go see Blue Man Group next weekend because we've never seen them, so we think that might be fun. So yeah, anyway, that's the Vegas stuff. It was an exhausting week. I always think this time I'm gonna get enough sleep. It never happens. It just never happens because the festival keeps us busy about 12 hours a day between shows and workshops and meet and greets and having lunch with, we'll have lunch with some of the bookers and, all this kind of stuff. It's a networking thing. And there's so many great comics there that you can't just hang out in your hotel room. It's not worth doing. All right. So also, if you do not, what the heck is that? I got random plastic bags on my desk here. If you have not yet gotten your welcome swag pack, then you should do that. And the way that you do that is by clicking that little QR code right there. So if you have not gotten your welcome swag pack yet, let me tell you what's in it. You get a handwritten note from me, and everybody's note is a little bit different. That comes on a Burning Sensation postcard from the cover art from Burning Sensation, which if you've watched it on YouTube, that's special. Thank you very much. If you haven't, you can find Burning Sensation on YouTube. You get the All My Bad Ideas notepad because you got to have somewhere to put those bad ideas before the good ones come up. You're also going to get the Phil Johnson cartoon pick. It's hard to see. This light is so terrible. It's got a little cartoon of me on that guitar pick there. You can get that. You also get 2 of these. You're going to get the Phil Johnson drink coasters, which have this nifty graphic on there. And if you flip it over, it's my name, but it looks like a beer logo. Heck yeah. I'm thinking about maybe doing some t-shirts of this one. We'll find out. We'll see if that happens. So that's what you get in the welcome swag pack. So I hope you pick that up. If you want to go bigger, like Christopher Wesley did this week and picked up one of these. I was just packing up one of these for Chris Wesley today. Then you can get the VIP Great Ideas bundle. That comes with the Be Yourself Unless You're an Idiot t-shirt. It comes with this fancy flash drive that has all 4 of my comedy specials, pro shot concert film with my band Roadside Attraction, music videos, bootleg comedy shows from around the country, all me, of course. And there's over 10 hours worth of stuff on this little flash drive. It's my life's work on here, and you can get that as part of that. You also get a cool little bookmark. You get the All My Bad Ideas journal, because you got more bad ideas, so you're going to need more places to write them down. And it also comes with a handwritten set of lyrics. So you pick one of my songs that you really like, and I will handwrite the lyrics for you, decorate them all up, and you get that as well. So, all right, we got that stuff out of the way. And let's see. I've been yakking. let's do some songs. I've been yakking too much. Sorry, let's have some songs. I'm always happy to yak with y'all. All right, so here's a tune. Here's a song. Just a song. This is called Summer Wedding. She sparkles with anticipation on her summer wedding day, but left over from her bachelorette party, carefully hidden away, is a tiny plastic penis in her hair. That song always reminds me of Las Vegas, because you see the bachelorette parties wandering all over town and they always got plastic penises of some sort, straws, clips, things. I remember years ago there was a bachelorette party walking around. She had lifesavers taped to, she had a t-shirt on, a tight t-shirt, lifesavers tapped to the t-shirt, and they were just going around and asking dudes to use their mouths to unhook a lifesaver from this girl's chest. Yes, I did. It was years and years ago, but I remember that for some reason. Here's one. Maybe this also reminds me of Vegas too. This is called Super Mood. I woke up in a super mood, ready to hit my goals. Grab a cup of coffee and my hazmat suit and head out the door. The fires in the sky look pretty today. Fending off mutant squirrels is just child's play. The howling gas winds are in harmonia. It's a wonderful day in our little dystopia. There we go. Joel, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like the tunes. Maybe I'll find some that are actually good tonight. Let's see. Let's do a... let's do this one. So this is one that comes up in my shows still quite a bit. This is a breakup song, but the good kind of breakup for when you wish the other person well. I wish only the best for you, and I wish for your happiness too. And I wish for your new boyfriend, Steve, motherfucking Steve, to have his nutsack torn wide open in a chainsaw accident. It doesn't take it off, but just opens it right up. So he has to chase his testicles as they're rolling down the driveway while he bleeds out. And I hope that you see them and think, oh my God, I had those in my mouth. Because that's where I found them when I found out you don't love me anymore. There we go. All right. Couple of songs. Let's do this one. Since it is Kara's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Kara. I heard there was a secret song that David played for much too long, and the Lord said, you don't know another, do ya? Thanks, Joel. And it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, pretty basic chords if you catch my drift. It's another crappy version of Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Salagadoola, Magicaboola, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boola. You're welcome, Kara. You had a party up on the roof. All the liquor was 90 proof. You asked her bra size, she said, what's it to ya? She tied you to the kitchen chair. She broke your nose, she cut your hair, and made you listen to hours of Hallelujah. Hallelujah. She broke your tooth, but hallelujah, 'cause then she blew ya. Ooh, the falsetto's coming back. There was a time when we didn't know who Leonard was, oh Buckley so. We had to keep on listening to imagine. Now every time it's on the tube or covered by another room, Leonard's bank accounts are screaming hallelujah, hallelujah, making moolah, bebopaloola, hallelujah. Now maybe there's a God or two. If there is, he's sick of it too. The same song every day for millennia. And it's not someone, it's not a cry you hear at night. It's not someone who's seen the light. It's a desperate plea for fame with hallelujah. Hallelujah. I say screw ya, I'm gonna school ya on hallelujah. There we go. All right, we did the hallelujah song. Nice. Happy birthday, Kara. Hope you liked it. Joel said Halloween ending there. All right, so tell me, is anybody going for your Halloween costume this year? Is anybody going as a large bottle of baby oil dressed in a white suit? Huh? Diddy joke. Thanks. The Jack Black note. Yeah, kind of the Jack Black note there. Man, that whole Diddy thing is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm starting to already see like bitter D-list songwriters and music artists and stuff hitting the sketchy podcast, talking about, oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z are terrible people. They're part of a secret cabal of... Yeah, all right. Not until I see some proof. I don't imagine they're perfect people. Nobody is. But the weirdos are starting to come out, and they're going to start accusing everybody of everything here. So it ought to be interesting over the next few weeks. Woo, it's going to be a long month. Long month, kids. But we've got each other, and I've never been to a Diddy party. I'm just putting that out there. Never been to a Diddy party. I want to give a shout out to our Gold and Silver Inner Circle members. I can't wait to launch this stuff. Gold members, I've got something coming up for you in the next week, hopefully. In the next week, we're gonna start testing some new stuff. My gold members, Susan Anderson, who actually is already in the new system because she snuck in on an email I didn't know went out. So Susan is our first gold member in the new system. Teresa Good, Michael Walker, Jared Christensen, Brittany Brown, Thomas Edward, Lisa Holder, Chris Wesley, Sheila Baker, Renee Bergdorf, Vince Hamilton. Thank you so much for being gold members. I appreciate that so much. Silver members, Evil Dave, Jason Viglione, Don Todd, Lisa Sutherland, Kendra Slater, Jonathan Pollock, Di Chadwell, Cynthia Leonard, Sophie Kellogg, Chris Hausch. I appreciate you also so much. A little bit less than the gold members. Just kidding. I think you're all great. You're all fantastic. Thank you for your support. Man, I can't wait to get this new stuff ready for you to do that. So if you are part of the Inner Circle, I hope you're watching on the Inner Circle page. Let's head over there. We are going to do the Inner Circle Encore here because we're about an hour into this, and it is mind-stupefyingly hot in the studio right now, and I'm getting sweat all over my guitar baby here, and so I'm also getting hungry. It's dinner time. So I am going to turn off the remaining team pages here. So we're going to be exiting Facebook and YouTube. And if you're watching on the Team Philagelos website, that's where we will be. So head over there if you're not there yet. By the way, this is all going to get so much simpler in the next few weeks as well. Next couple of months. I'll put next couple of months on that one where we're going to be able to vacate a lot of this weird moving around kind of stuff, okay, and make it easier for everybody. So anyway, we're going to say goodnight to Facebook, and we're going to say goodnight to YouTube, and I will see you in the Team Philagelos area here momentarily. Let's make sure I'm turning off the right things. Got that? Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, and we gotta close that. Okay, good. All right, so now it's just team in here. Welcome team. I'm gonna do a couple more songs for you here, and we can talk a little bit more smack. Here's okay. Here's the part that we don't let out into the public. I shouldn't say these things anywhere, but I have been to a Diddy party. Just kidding. I haven't. I haven't been to a Diddy party, I promise. So I told you about Asia Chardonnay, who beat me in the first round of the World Series. The judges were telling me after. Judges had nice compliments for me, which is great. But they were telling me, oh, Asia's writing was so good, so original. She's a big, fat black woman, and she's gay, and that was what her set was about, essentially. And she came out and did, her first joke was, let me move this mic stand so that you can see me better, which is a John Panette joke from 20 years ago. And also a joke that my friend Jen Kober was doing 15 years ago. Jen shouldn't have been doing it either. And then she went into this whole bit about being hard to kidnap, and she wanted to be easier to kidnap. Again, Jen Kober was doing hard to kidnap 15 years ago. She even had T-shirts that said hard to kidnap. If you've not seen Jen Kober, she's very, very funny. She still tours around the country as well as doing a lot of TV. She was in The Mandalorian and things like that. So I was a little bit disappointed to hear the judges going, oh, her writing is so original and amazing, when I was like, I've heard those jokes before. I should have come in first in that round, is what I'm saying. I'm not petty. Not petty. I got through anyway. But I was a little bit annoyed with that whole thing there. Anyway, don't tell Asia I said that. It's not, she. Let me make that clear. She did not steal those jokes by any means. It is simply parallel thinking, which is something that happens among comedians. I'll tell you a story about that. I had posted a joke of mine on Instagram, a reel, and somebody came at me. A bunch of people came at me. And they were like, hey, there's this dude on the Central Coast who's been doing this premise, been doing this joke for the last year and a half, for yada, yada, yada. And I said, I put a comment in there. It was a guy I've never met. I don't know who he is. He's some new guy. I've never met him. I've never seen him. And I said, oh, this joke from my third comedy special that came out 10 years ago. And I was doing the joke for a good 2 or 3 years before that. So this 12-year-old joke, that's the one I stole from this guy who's been at it a year and a half. They went real quiet after that. Nobody apologized. Nobody responded after that, but I did shut him down. So there is this idea, and I'm not accusing that guy of stealing my stuff at all. It's just parallel thinking, and it comes up a lot in comedy, and some people are very, very quick to jump on the, ooh, you stole that type of thing. If it's word for word, I've seen it. I've seen people get on stage and do word for word Seinfeld bits or Jim Gaffigan bits or whatever. That is actual stealing. Some of the Carlos Mencia stuff, definitely stealing. Some of the Amy Schumer stuff, real close to call. But if it's just, hey, we got the same premise and we kind of went the same direction with it, that's just parallel thinking. I had another joke that there's a comic in San Francisco who I don't see that much anymore, but he was doing a similar premise and kind of going the same direction with it. And I just told him, hey, I got this joke. I've been doing it longer, but whatever. Let's just not do it on the same show. And we kind of have shared custody of that joke. So it works. We can make it happen. Sophie said, I was under the impression that it's not uncommon to use other people's jokes. Not for the whole show, of course, but from time to time. No, actually, Sophie, it is verboten. So if there is one thing that comics pride themselves on, it's writing and being original. And there will be things just like maybe heckler lines or save lines or something that, we get passed around over the years. So for instance, one time I was opening for Kristen Key in Colorado, and there was a guy in the front row who had his arms crossed, and she said, uncross your arms, sir. Nobody's trying to steal your nipples. And I had never heard that before. I thought it was very funny, and I told her about it after. I said, oh, I think that nipples line is pretty funny. And she said, take it, because I stole it from somebody else. So there'll be little lines like that are just kind of passed down. Eventually they just become hack and they don't work anymore anyway. Along the lines of, I remember my first beer too. Nobody would actually say that on stage anymore because it's been done so many times it's hack. But for actual material, oh no, joke thievery is absolutely frowned upon in the comedy community. And no, and if you get caught doing it, literally your career can be over. Carlos Mencia's career was over for a long time. He is just now starting to work his way back up to weekends at A clubs. And so it really, really hurt him a lot when he got caught as a joke thief. I don't know if he's still doing it or not, but that's what it is. So no, yeah, we absolutely do not use other people's material. So that's a good question. Glad you brought that up. All right, so I'm going to do, speaking of Sophie, Sophie's been asking for this song for quite a while, and I kind of played with it today. And I'm going to try and do Kissing in the Rain for you, Sophie. I don't know how well it's going to go because my voice is a little bit worn out, but we're going to give it a go here. So this is one of my not funny songs. This is actually one of my favorite songs that I've ever written, and it is an ode to my lovely lady who's in the house right now waiting for me for sticking with me through all sorts of bullshit over the years and hanging in there with me. So this is called Kissing in the Rain. I know this wasn't what you pictured when we set off on our way. The road to happy seems so warm and dry. Big fanfare at letter day. But then those clouds gathered overhead, and the morning sky turned awfully red. We could hustle for the shelter, or keep pushing on ahead, or keep pushing on instead. And we'll be kissing in the rain as our world tumbles down the drain. And it's storming like the worst it's ever been. We'll be kissing in the rain, pushing the clouds out of the way, till the sun comes out again. And we'll be kissing in the rain until then. You could be warming by the fire and left me standing soaking wet. Instead we're splashing through the puddles like children, grabbing all the life that we can get. Some people think for better or worse it means for better or I'm gone, it seems. But wet or dry, we're making a damn good little team that nothing comes between. And we'll be kissing in the rain as our world tumbles down the drain. And it's storming like the worst it's ever been. And we'll be kissing in the rain, watch some cloud out of the way, till the sun comes out again. And we'll be kissing in the rain until, and when the water has receded, and all we needed has been found in the muddy ground, we'll pick it up and wash it off and make it shine. But in the meantime, we'll be kissing in the rain as our world tumbles down the drain. And it's storming like the worst it's ever been. Ba-da-ba-ba. We'll be kissing in the rain, pushing the clouds out of the way, till the sun comes out again. And we'll be kissing in the rain until, kissing in the rain until, kissing in the rain until then. All right, couldn't quite hit the ending. Couldn't quite hit the ending. That one I gotta be pretty well practiced for that ending right there. But thank you, Sophie. I'm glad you like that. That song is for anybody who has stuck with you through all the rain and the storms, and I know a lot of you have those type of people in your lives, and I'm glad you do. But that is for my girlfriend, who has stuck with me through some stuff over the 31 years we've been together. It's been such a good long time, and I'm super happy I get to go take a vacation with her next week and eat our way through Las Vegas. So you all have been a joy to hang out with tonight. I appreciate you so much. This is going to be the only one of these this month. The next 3 Thursdays, I am traveling Next Thursday, traveling to Las Vegas. The following Thursday, I will be on a plane to the Midwest to Columbus, Ohio. The following Thursday, I will be still, hopefully, I think, performing in Chicago that night. So Thursdays are all booked up. So we will be looking at early November. Let me check the calendar real quick and see when we'll be back on this. I think the first Thursday in November is when we'll be doing this again. Let's see. Oh, no, first Thursday in November, I'm taking my dad for his birthday present. We're going to go see Joe Bonamassa perform. So, 14th booked, the 21st. All right, November 21st is what we're looking at for our next word salad. I got to figure out a better night to do these on, but I think that's it. Oh, maybe not, because I am going to be in Portland that night, so there may be a show. I don't know. We might be looking at December, early December, before we get to do this again. I will find a way. Maybe I'll stream some of the live shows and things like that. So I apologize. I'm not able to do this more often, but the calendar's getting busy. Thank you, Brittany, helping me get that calendar filled up. Looking good. By the way, Brittany, I got to email you something later. I got some information on. Anyway, you all have been an absolute goddamn joy, and I appreciate you so much. And we will do this as soon as we can at a later date. All right. So look for more, lots more news coming soon, and keep an eye on your email. Keep an eye